Signore e signori,
dichiaro aperta la celebrazione Giochi Olimpici Invernali.
Si sta avvicinando allo stadio.
Forza, forza! Vai, 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 vai! Record della pista! Record della pista! Prima!
Buongiorno and welcome to Keep the Flame Alive's Day 1 coverage of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. I am your host, Jill Jarris, coming to you from Schockflastan House, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Alison Brown. Alison, ciao. Como stai?
Ciao. It has been a day of sports and sports and sports.
It has. And culture. And culture.
We have both been a lot of places today.
that we have. And we have a new segment that I don't love, but it's called What We Forgot to Say Last Night.
You know, considering how late it was last night, it's a miracle we got a show put together. The newsletter was late yesterday because I fell asleep before you finished the show and could put the link in. I went to sit down and that was it. So first, when we get to things we forgot, I forgot to send the newsletter until this morning.
The big performance that we forgot to talk about last night was Andrea Bocelli, who was fantastic.
It's almost like we just expected him to be an emotional high point, so we almost didn't realize how important the moment was in talking about the show. But yes, what a beautiful, incredible moment again, since he did it at Torino, the closing ceremony. What a nice connection between those two winter games.
Yes. And one other encounter that I had waiting in the mob trying to get into the train.
Because we're all in this together.
That's right, except for the German who wants us to queue in the back. So I'm standing by this couple, and I think they're friends, or they work together in some capacity, but they're here together, and the woman was holding a couple of little like portfolios that unfolded and had something in it. I'm like, oh, were you at the hospitality suite? Because I thought it was a hospitality gift. And she said, oh, no. And then she said, oh, I was at the red carpet party at La Scala. I'm like, oh, are you an Olympian? And she said, no, I'm an actress. And I left it at that because I can tell you why I don't know who this is.
Because you did not spend years watching on repeat High School Musical.
That is correct. I was standing next to Monique Coleman, and then she was with Michael Weber, and they had gone to the party, and what they had been given was a preserved snowflake.
What they should have been given was a car and a ride home from the opening ceremony.
That's very true. But they did look fabulous. I will say that. All right, on to what officiating or volunteer job would we want to do today?
Well, today I went to speed skating, among other places, and I am definitely going to be the person putting down those little red dots.
Oh, yeah.
So not only did he have to set the dots, he had to sit on the infield in case anyone crashed and move the dots. But here was the best part. At the end of the session, he had a basket sweeper that scooped up the dots to return it to the pail that it lives in between races.
That's fantastic.
Ice floor maintenance coming together.
I would like to be in the stuffed animal collection at figure skating. And there haven't been very many stuffed animals thrown or stuffies.
It's early.
It is early, and I think they're coming. But what happens is there is a big crew of sweeper children, and they are dressed in bright pink, and they like to clap because they were clapping for some people all excitedly, and then they run out and get the stuffed animal and bring it back, and there is a woman there with a giant garbage bag collecting the stuffies, and I would like to be that person.
I think she also has to wrangle the children, though. And
I can do that with one look. Have you met my mother?
This is true. You do have that Midwestern look that says, no, you are going to behave or you will not get any of the hot pot.
Oh, okay. I had a lot of cultural moments today.
You are so cultured. You don't know
my
what
gosh.
to do with yourself.
So I managed to get up.
I don't know. When I got up this morning, I was so confused that you were gone. I was looking around like the apartment is big, like you were hiding someplace.
I'll pop out of the closet one day.
I know. It took me like half an hour to remember that you had plans.
I did have plans. We got invited to Winter House, which is hockey and skating, speed skating, figure skating. They have a house for friends and family, really, and the athletes. So they can go and hang out and they can watch NBC on feed. And there are little rooms, and Brian Boitano's lounge is there, and they can just sit and have a good time. So we got an invite each to go, and mine was 10 to 12 today. Not an easy day, although I think Christine Brennan came in after me, so that's good.
She managed to roll herself in as well.
But, it's clubby, it's cozy. We've also been watching a lot of Rota della Fortuna, which is Wheel of Fortune. And if you are old, you know of the early Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, where they would have the room set up?
Yes, and you would buy stuff and you would always end up with like the last hunk of money you had would only buy the big ceramic animal.
And then you could put the rest on gift certificate.
Well, yeah, and oh boy, some of the stuff in this place is a little like the Wheel of Fortune things. There's a ceramic animal, but there's like books and knickknacks aplenty. There are some games there that they could play if they wanted to, and it's very stylish. It looks very Instagrammable and that kind of thing. But I also Brian Boitano was talking about the drinks and the menu he put together, and there's wine that I was not drinking wine at 11 o'clock in the morning for sure. And they gave us a little snack. There was some charcuterie tray and a little kind of quesadilla with spinach in it. It was nice. But and there was a hockey player there getting interviewed. But I honestly felt like I did not belong there.
That's not good because I'm supposed to go on Tuesday.
Oh, you're talky. You're more talky than I am. But I did, and I tried to talk to Brian Boitano, but he had very many people in line, and so I just, after a while, I can only sit there and look weird for only so long. But I heard him say that Kirsty Coventry's speech was spot on. He really loved it.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that somebody way smarter than us also liked the speech.
So that was that. I've got a bunch of pictures. I know I've been telling you Megastore videos coming. I'm gonna try to put this one together first because it's just some snapshots. On the way back from there, this was also in like the Navigli area, which is by the canals. So I wandered around there for a little bit. And also on the way back, went to I looked this up too. It's the pavilion with Alfa Romeo and Fiat and the middle brand car.
At the Castella.
Yes. And that wasn't very crowded, so I popped up and saw what were they doing. And you got a little lanyard with a scavenger hunt game on it. So you were at the start, and then you stay in that pavilion and you take the quiz. You go by one of the cars that you want to care about, and you take the quiz, and it's a 6-question quiz. Some of it is about sports. Some of it is about the car that you are by. And all the sports were very spectacular. The English translations.
So thankfully the quiz was in English, because imagine if you were trying to take a quiz in Italian.
I know. Well, I'd be guessing.
I will take A.
And then you get a little sticker and a pin if you do well enough on the quiz. And also because the people in the booth handing out the lanyards really liked my pins, they were like, hold on. And they gave me a special pin. They're like, put this in your pocket. Yeah. And then I gave them some Keep the Flame Alive pins, and they got all excited. Yes.
Excellent.
So then the next activity is you have to go smile. So I think that's something involving a photo, but you have to do that at the live site, the fan site. And I went over there because it's right there. And that line was a bit long. Not for today.
I was going to say, can you do this over multiple days?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they didn't write a date down or anything. They just give you a sticker to put on your lanyard.
We'll be back there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's close to Club 26 as well, isn't it?
Yes. And Fan Zone was hopping.
Oh, good.
And they had cross country on the big screen, so I saw a tiny bit of that. They had a big inflatable Milo and Tina, so that was cool. People were taking their pictures, of course. And then, like I said before, the little domes were just hopping. So the Kiko dome has something. There was like an L or an Air, and they had a virtual snowboard run or ski run. It was snowboard because you were.
I saw that picture you posted. I was very confused.
So you were on a contraption that allowed you to swing side to side, and you had to be on a screen. You were looking at a screen, and you had to swing the way the course was going. So you were doing a downhill.
Oh, that would end badly.
Yeah, I'm sure, but it looked really cool. And then
you didn't try this?
That also hit a huge long line.
Okay,
because they only had one machine. So every little hut there was crowded.
Good.
So that was good. So people are going. Coke Pavilion, which is right across from that, the peak. Oh my gosh, the line was so long.
I saw the photo you took of the line. That was a good 40 people deep.
Oh, minimum. It could have been more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just what was in the photo.
Yeah, I mean, it went back and forth like 3 times or so. Yeah. So it's a long line, but it's weekend. So maybe on the weekday when people are at work, it'd be a little bit easier to get in. Esselunga Pavilion also had a little bit of a line down the stairs, but I was busy trying to get my smile on to get my other. Oh, because what you get when you get the whole scavenger hunt done is a little sticker book with athletes and stuff and winter games. Yeah, it looked kind of fun.
Pins and stickers.
I
This
know.
is perfect for you.
Right? And then I walked past the cauldron.
And said, hello, cauldron.
I did. The circles were not lit up at the daytime.
Okay.
It was just the flame. I don't know what to call it. It's bigger than the snow flame.
Excellent.
And it looks cool, but it's small.
Yeah.
It's small. And
It's the little flame bowl.
yeah, so we'll need to go see it at night, and hopefully it looks better.
Okay. Well,
It's
we
a
do
little
have
light show.
an event for that.
Yes, we do.
That we do have planned. So we will
Yes.
get to actually see the whole show.
Yes. Oh, and then the other thing I found when I was walking around Navigli. Remember when we were talking about the Prosecco, the official Prosecco?
Did you get the official Prosecco?
€9.90.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
So that comes in white, which I bought, and rosé, which I did not yet. But cracking that baby open. I'm excited. I was so surprised it was that cheap.
That is cheap just for a regular decent bottle of Prosecco.
Mm-hmm. So I am
Never
excited
mind.
about Milano Cortina 2026
Yeah,
Prosecco. So.
we'll have to chill that baby.
Oh, it's chilled.
Well, you have to keep it chilled. Once it's chilled, you got to keep it chilled.
Did you do anything cultural today?
I did not do anything cultural today.
You were very sporty.
I was very sporty today. What I did cultural was I slept. I slept until I was a human again, and that was my Italian culture.
Well, we have another take on culture. We have a new correspondent who is in Cortina for part of the Olympics, and that is Doug Hill, who we were on his show Confessions of a Sports Fan. And Doug's got some stuff to say about Cortina. He's our kind of guy. So take a listen to Doug's report today.
Hello, this is Doug Hill from the Sports Fan Project, serving as a special Cortina correspondent for the Keep the Flame Alive podcast. Today, our traveling party had tickets for the men's luge first and second round heats. But before I get to discussing what it's like watching grown men hurtle themselves in excess of 60 miles per hour down a sheet of ice while laying back down on a sled, I'd like to provide my impression of Cortina. It is what my vision of the Winter Olympics used to be. I'm 58 years old, and the winter games I recall from my childhood and younger years were located in what appeared to be quaint little villages like Innsbruck, Lake Placid, Sarajevo, Lillehammer, and Albertville. Cortina meets the mark in my estimation, an idyllic and walkable downtown area filled with shops and restaurants and bars, teeming with people from all over the world. Most, like me, are wide-eyed trying to take it all in, working on the perfect angle for the photo of the Olympic cauldron in Piazza Angelo di Bona. I'm sure there is some nightlife to be found in Cortina, but as I noted, I'm 58 years old and my nightlife days are long since past. What I also found interesting about Cortina is that it's still very much an active ski resort community. I saw countless helmeted folks toting boards or skis around the village on each of the days that we've paid a visit thus far. Silly me, I always thought these tiny mountain communities just sort of shut down for a couple of weeks every 4 years. About the luge, the Cortina Sliding Center is located about 20-minute walk from downtown and about 30 minutes from the transportation center for us commoners without credentials. We arrived about a half an hour before the scheduled start time of 5 p.m. and were greeted with a sea of people attempting to navigate the entry gates. As near as I could tell, there were really only 4 people actively scanning tickets for the several hundred of us waiting to enter. Mercifully, there was a queuing system once you moved past the blob of people, and the line moved fairly quickly, all things considered. From there, it was several hundred yards, uphill and stairs the whole way, before fans arrived at the main plaza, where a giant video board provided live footage and commentary about the lugers on the track and afforded glimpses of them in the final portion of the course as they sped by. We ventured a bit further up to the next level, where, oddly, the only toilets I found were located. This trek was the most treacherous of the night as the snowpack was beginning to ice over and grow slick, and the hill was steep. No straw or any other traction material was being added, and we saw a few people take a spill. I was beginning to grow nervous about my own descent later on. My wife and I did make our way up to one more level to the finish area, where the riders provided some spectators a good view of the lugers exiting their sleds. Risers provided some spectators a good view of lugers exiting their sleds. That's the spot I finally felt like I was attending the Winter Olympics. The cowbells, horns, and other noisemakers rang out as each racer finished his run, the stuff I'd seen and heard on TV my entire life. It was way cool. About that descent, it was pretty rough. As noted before, slick, steep, and did I mention that I've got a gimpy knee from some arthritis thanks to an ACL reconstruction from 33 years ago? My wife and I took it slow and lingered for the start of the second runs in the main plaza, where it was a full-on party vibe. Kids were sliding down the hills, though they probably shouldn't have been. The DJ was playing all the hits, and the crowd was in fine form, singing and dancing along, with Tina, one of the mascots from the Olympics. We took our time exiting as, again, it was steep and slick. The Swiss house caught our eye as we headed back into town, and the 4 of us got a table, enjoyed a couple of bottles of wine, as well as some good eats, while we watched Switzerland take down Czechia in mixed doubles curling. Our stroll back through town in the evening was just as lovely as it was in the afternoon's overcast. The cauldron looked spectacular, and everyone seemed to be in a festive mood. Until we arrived at the transportation center. I don't mean to serve as a correspondent for Jill and Alison and get all grumpy, but the bus transportation organization, for those of us staying fairly close to Cortina, we're in San Vito, it is abysmal. At every major sporting event that I've been to, and it's been a lot, there are people stationed at the transportation center to monitor the queue, keep track of the number of patrons on the bus, and basically keep the whole thing organized. None of that exists here. People line up when they get there, like civilized adults do, and they wait, and as soon as Dolomiti bus number 30 arrives, it is a stage rush to the doors in an effort to secure a spot on the bus that is supposed to cycle through about every half hour. We didn't make the first one, though our traveling companions did, and following a short wait and seeing the crowd grow larger by the minute, we decided to throw caution to the wind and walk about a half mile up the main road to grab an inbound bus, where we waited for about 45 minutes and climbed on a vacant Bus 30, whose next stop was the Sea of Humanity, trying to secure a spot from back at the transportation center. We sat smugly in the front row, knowing that our gambit had paid off. But should we have even had to have done that? I believe the answer is no. So, in short, Cortina is idyllic, picturesque. I hope to see it bathed in sun before I head to Milan on Tuesday. The competition is spirited and festive, and the transportation system has plenty of kinks to work out. I'll just say that. For Keep the Flame Alive in Cortina, I'm Doug Hill from the Sports Fan Project.
Thank you so much, Doug. I hope the transportation works itself out.
That story of the going down the mountain reminded me of a little adventure I had in Beijing. I started getting flashbacks, and they're not good. I see, the good thing about being in Italy is I don't have to worry about the volunteers being Italian-sized. Like, that's normal, so that they can hoist me when needed. And I won't take them down like I did those poor two girls in Beijing.
All right, we're going to get to results in a second, but before that, we would like to take a moment to thank everyone who donated to our fundraiser to get us here. If you've just found the podcast, we're doing 32 daily episodes from Milano Cortina over the course of the games. That is expensive to produce. If you heard about the Washington Post yanking its reporters after they had already paid $80,000 just in hotel costs, and they have an office here, which ain't cheap either, you can imagine what it costs for two little podcasters. It's not that much.
No. We are not an expensive budget. We travel cheap.
We do travel cheap, not Paris hotel cheap. If go back and listen to the Paris Olympics, you'll hear some horror stories. But it still costs a lot of money, and we are one of the few podcasts to publish episodes year round, so we do need help in keeping our flame alive. So you can go to flamealivepod.com/support. We have options for one-off donations, and if you'd like to become an ongoing patron, we do offer special patron-only exclusives throughout the games. All paid patrons get an exclusive photo of the day. Silver medalists and up also get some video, and gold members and up get some extra audio content. And if you appreciate the independent voice we bring, please consider supporting us today. You can go to flamealivepod.com/support. And thank you to all of you who have donated so far. We really appreciate it, and that helps keep the show going. Especially, prices are going up for us, and we have a trademark to re-register. Whoop whoop. All right, let's get to some results.
Yeah, let's start with Alpine. This was what I woke up and watched this morning, was men's downhill. And it was, this course is insane. Tom Kelly told us it was long and it was difficult and it was technical. He didn't warn us how fast. And there's this one jump where they fly like 50 meters off the jump in the middle of this course. It's insane. No crazy crashes, which was shocking to me that people weren't flying off left and right. I mean, they really knew how to handle it because they're very familiar with this mountain. But this is men's downhill as it's supposed to be. Just pure insanity.
Excellent. So the gold went to Franjo van Almen from Switzerland. Silver went to Giovanni Franzoni from Italy, and bronze went to Dominique Paris from Italy.
The name you didn't say is Marco Ordemont, who Tom had said was the name to watch, and he ended up fourth off the podium. Just did not have a good day. He was never in the lead. He came down and just was second right off the bat, so we knew it was only a matter of time for him to just sit and wait and see if he was going to get knocked off, and he knocked off pretty quickly.
Another one that happened similarly, a favorite not getting to the top of the podium, women's skiathlon and cross country. This was 10K skied in classic style, and then they switched skis and then skied free skate style. And gold for this went to Frida Karlsson from Sweden. Silver went to Ebba Andersson from Sweden. And bronze went to Heidi Weng from Norway. And bib number 1, Jessie Diggins,
fell in the first kilometer, took another skier out with her, managed at one point, she was down 15 seconds and managed to claw her way back to end up in 8th place. And she was fighting the whole way. And the announcers kept saying, oh, she's out of it, but she's not. She kept trying.
Wow.
So it was just not her day. You know, she took a fall early on and was never able to recover. The Swedes, on the other hand, took off at the beginning within the first 2 kilometers or so and never relinquished the lead.
Wow. Amazing. Well, when you see this, it's like a mass start. And they're in like 4 lanes, basically,
Yes.
4 sets of tracks that you stay and ski in. And people are switching back and forth between lanes to try to get a little advantage. But it's hard to pass. People get tied up easy.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to Diggins. It wasn't on camera when it happened, and then all of a sudden there were sort of skis and snow flying, and at first they didn't even realize who had gone down, and they said, "Oh no, was that Diggins?" So it was a real shock.
I would be curious to hear how Chad Samala called that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was getting on the Eurovision, so I didn't even get to hear Chad scream. You know, he was yelling his head off.
Yeah, exactly.
Going, down went Diggins.
Right. And our Shuklastani Julia Kern, part of Team Keep the Flame Alive, she finished 24th.
She had a photo finish, so I was sitting there waiting to see where she ended up, and it was provisional, but yeah, it ended up at 24th.
Let's move over to curling. We had more round robin action for mixed doubles. So here we are with the standings right now. Great Britain clearly in the lead, undefeated.
And they have qualified out of the round robin already.
Oh, wow. Holy cow. They're at 7-0. Italy and the U.S. are tied at 4-2. So U.S. had a not great day. Italy did have a good day.
But still, they have 2 losses, which is a bit surprising for them.
Right behind is Sweden at 4-3. Canada and Switzerland are tied with a tie record 3-3 each. Estonia and Norway are 2-4, and Czechia and Korea are 1-5. And Korea got their 1 win against the U.S. Let's move over to figure skating. This is where I went today for my sport action. It was the men's short program. We're still in the team competition, so it's the men's short program, and then we moved over to the dance, the free dance. So we ended the shorts and we moved into the long programs.
Right, and they cut the number of teams in half.
Yes, once you hit all the short programs, top 5 teams go. So I noticed that the Venue Media Center is in between the IOC hospitality and the On Location Hospitality Lounge.
Now, we did not see the lounge the last time we were there.
No, the media lounge? Or,
yes.
I mean, it's 4 folding tables and a concession stand. There's not much to see. And we had peeked kind of in. They had the curtains open for the hospitality lounge. And they've got couches, I think, in there and nicer tables. And then, of course, there are volunteers manning the IOC hospitality lounge.
Because goodness gracious, if you even sneeze near there,
right, you're out.
You're in trouble.
I did get kind of lost in the stadium a little bit because I went to the bathroom in between and was in the public line, and I thought, well, I was in the public line. I just joined the line of women. And we were in line for the men's bathroom. And one of the volunteers was not thrilled about that. And you hear women going, well, there's a couple of urinals in here. And here we go. And then I was like, wait a second, I'm media. I need to find my own bathroom. We have to have one. So I did. And on that journey, I saw Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski.
Wandering around,
As
they will do.
As they will do. And they looked fabulous. And all super decked out. Tara was wearing a feather dress.
She's starting early for a team event.
You got to bring it. Go big.
Yes.
Go big. And Johnny was all in black. It was very structured. Black, as you would tell. The announcers for the in-house for the dance were Ben Augusto and six-time national champ Valentina
Marche.
Thank you. They were the host for the evening. They were okay. They tried. And then somebody else was the host for the men. And I don't think they ever said their name. There was a K-pop star in attendance tonight, but Ben Augusto was like, introduce yourself. And he said his name, and I couldn't understand it. So,
but he didn't sing, so who cares?
Right. Not full venue. It got to like maybe 85% full.
That seems to be the running
Yeah.
load.
It filled in a bit. I wonder, because Italy is in the medal running, if the rest of the seats will be snapped up for the rest of the finals, because I assume there's tickets available. That's kind of a bummer to see, to be quite honest, but what are you going to do? I don't know. You'll have to say when you get to your sports, but there is not much in-house entertainment. There are quizzes. We got a little karaoke of an Italian song. We did not sing Milano and Cortina. Oh.
No, but I know what you did sing.
Oh,
Did you sing Volare?
No.
No.
It was an Italian song that I did not know. And people knew it, so it is a known song here. It sounded a little like ABBA, but it wasn't an ABBA song. It was an Italian. Quizzes, some replaying of videos they have already made and published. So like the How the Sport Works video came on, and some other stuff I had recognized from months, years earlier. So, and there's not much in the way of projection when they start the event. So they put the logo and It's Your Vibe and figure skating on the ice and lights. And that was like it. And it feels a little low energy.
Yes. It's funny you say that, because I'm going to say the same thing when we get to the sports I was at.
It's kind of like they don't know how to entertain a crowd.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of a bummer. So if you had gone to Paris, because we know some people who've been to Paris and are like, well, what's going to happen here? Because Paris was all about
the hype. I mean, even though we were terrified of the videos they created of the singing 1924 athletes, but they had a whole host of rotating live entertainment pieces. They had the sweeper dancers, they had the can dancers, they had several breakdancing acts.
Yeah, and
we got nothing.
And I'm guessing that they just don't do a whole lot of that stuff. I mean, they have basketball,
but maybe that's just not part of the sports culture.
Which surprises me, because the Italians love to entertain.
But in a different way, maybe.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see how this evolves. There was a person with an American flag that I caught this right at the end of the men's warm-up and held it up and said, it had, on one side it's like Go Team USA or something like that. The other side it said, apologies for our bad behavior. We will fix ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know if that got on TV. I doubt it got on TV.
I doubt it got on American television.
But yeah. And I just caught it. And he didn't show it again. I did see, when he's messing with the flag, I did see it. But like, oh, wow.
I have an addendum for that.
Okay.
When we get to my story.
All right. For the men, the crowd was here for that.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a little nuts. 2 groups of men skated. The worst we had in terms of mistakes was Korea's Cha Junhua popped a jump, and that was it. Out of the first group.
You know what? The women's short was the same thing.
Yes.
It was nice, clean. I mean, a couple little under rotations,
Yeah,
maybe
but
a little.
not like falling.
Yeah, no big mistakes.
Yeah. So people could be pretty happy with what they did. They went nuts for Ilya in a rock star kind of nuts way.
Yeah, that's what happened last year at World Championships too.
He's just in a level all of his own. Kevin Amos from France, the Judas section of his short program, got the crowd going. What I didn't like is that he was playing to the judges and not to the crowd. And I know that skaters do that, and you see it, but you also see some more emoting around, and he seemed to emote in one direction. And that was it. But, and that may show up in the scores, but Yuma Kageyama came to play.
This was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, you have to go back and watch it if you have not seen it already. I loved him at Beijing. I love him more now. That short program was fun. It was funky. He had dancey music, like good regular. I have to look it up because I didn't put it down. He is skating to I Wish, the figure skating remix, which that makes no sense to me, but it is fun. It is dancey. He's having a blast doing it. All of his jumps were phenomenal. His step sequence, phenomenal. Everything was so good. And then he and the team are sitting in the box for the score. And he gets a 108.67, which is 10.10 off of his season's best. And he just loses it. He is so excited. The team is thrilled. Like, he came to play.
He struggled some in last year's World Championship and apologized for his performance and promised to go back and work on himself, which is heartbreaking to hear because he's such a beautiful, talented skater. And to see that and to see him this season succeeding is such a joy because when he succeeds, man, we all win.
Right. And then Ilya was the last skater. Did not do so well.
Had some struggles.
Yeah, and not like falls or anything, but under rotations, looks a little two-footy. Yeah. And it just wasn't. You could tell something was off in a way.
It's his first time on Olympic ice, and I think sometimes the team can help certain skaters a lot. The team event, and I think Ilya is one of those kind of skaters who coming to the Olympics has been such a long, I mean, I know he's a baby, but it has been such a long journey for him because he really believed he should have been chosen for Beijing, and that didn't happen. So being here is big in his mind, and because he's so young, I can see the nerves getting to him.
Yeah, which is odd because when he came out, he was confident. When he was warming up, everything looked fine. And just these little flubs, it was very uncharacteristic. The crowd didn't mind.
No, crowd doesn't care. Crowd adores him.
Yes, but he had scored a 98, well below his season's best of 108.87. And, you're talking about nearly 10 points behind Yuma.
Which is, most of the time it's the other way around.
Right? And so he said, he wasn't expecting to walk in and win the competition. He wanted to focus on himself, feel how, and how he was feeling overall. He's pretty happy. He said it was just 50% of my full potential. Overall, I'm very proud of everything I've done so far, which is right because he should be. Yeah. He has really pushed the sport, and he pushed it again tonight. And then he hasn't decided if he's going to compete in the free skate.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
This because I'm reading flash quotes.
Yes, he hadn't decided, and then about half an hour ago, we got the email.
Oh, okay.
That said he is going to do the long program.
Not surprised.
Not a surprise. Yeah, Amber Glenn is being swapped out for Alyssa Liu
Oh.
for the long program.
Oh, so
That's the swap they're choosing to make.
Oh, interesting. So Amber Glenn will not be skating.
No, Amber Glenn will be skating.
Oh,
instead
I'm sorry.
of Alyssa Liu.
I'm sorry. I thought, yeah, 'cause I just in my brain was like, well, Amber Glenn's going to skate this. So I thought you were swapping them out. In third place was Steven Gogolev from Canada, who was in the first group and blew the roof off the joint. And Canada's team went nuts.
Yeah, Canada's really in the hunt for that bronze medal with Georgia and Italy. It's going to be a real battle. So when you have a skater like Gogolev who can pull it off, but can sometimes, like Maddie Skizis, be a little inconsistent when they have a blow the roof off kind of performance in a situation where you're fighting for a medal, it's a big deal.
Right. So his performance being so good and Kevin Amos being slightly not so good meant Canada moved up in the rankings and made the cut to go into the finals, and France went home.
Did not.
So,
which is a bit of a surprise.
So it shook out for the end of the short programs. U.S. was in the lead, 34 points to Japan's 33. Italy had 28, Canada 27, and Georgia 25. And so then we get to the team free dance. And just before the team free dance, the U.S. sent an email going, well, Chalk and Bates are going to perform. And I went, oh, yeah, not really.
No kidding, really?
No kidding, because they can see the writing on the wall. And if, I think everyone's counting on Ilya to get that that first place and those first place points, because the women's can go either way, Japan or the U.S., and then
pairs
is not
going to go to Japan.
Yeah, and we're not that strong in pairs, so we could go way down. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, of course they're going to put Chalk and Bates in now and make sure they get that first place.
10 points.
And they did.
They got the 10 points.
Hands down the best of the night for the free dance. And beyond that, the other programs were the Japanese pair of Yoshida Yutana and Morita Masaya. They did quite a lovely program. It's not the technical difficulty of other programs, but boy, they did really good.
They are not competing in the ice dance competition.
Right.
They only got a spot because Japan got a team, so you have to have one of every discipline. But it's nice to see that they can grow.
Yes.
Let's give them some time. Let's give them the right kind of coaching, and you could have a 4-team sweep in Japan, a 4-discipline sweep.
Yes.
Given the skill that these skaters could develop.
Yes. So that was very exciting. Chalk and Bates did the Matador program. She brought back the red undercoat of the skirt, which I loved. It is a strong performance. Very, there's a lot of emotion in it.
I still have a visceral reaction to that costume.
Yeah, that's okay. But I think it has gotten the skirt, which is a high-low thing that is supposed to look like a Matador's cape. And Evan Bates plays the bull. And it has transformed over the season. It's very manageable now.
Yeah. Yes, I would agree that the program that we saw in October is not the program we're seeing now or the costume that we're seeing now.
Correct.
It is, in fact, I believe the third iteration of this costume that still makes me angry.
Well, but hands down, because we did not see the French pair, Cicerone and Boudre and Cicerone, we did not see them compete in their free dance because France did not make the cut. But boy, it's going to be hard to beat Chalk and Bates if they pull something out like that in the ice dance competition.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And that was figure skating.
Are you exhausted from it?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
There's a lot of emotion.
It was, but it was, 5 teams of emotion at the second one. And the first one's only a short program. So it's really like 5 teams. Just
Fair enough.
They swap out for a full program. All right. We're going to go over to ice hockey, where you were at today.
Yes, I did not see the Group B, so we'll start with that. So Germany beat Japan 5-2. Sweden beat Italy 6-1. So Group B standings are Sweden 2-0, Germany 1-1, Japan 1-1, Italy 1-1, and France 0-2. I saw the 2 games of Group A, so I saw most of the USA-Finland match, and then again most of the Swiss and Canadian match. The Finns have recovered enough from their norovirus to play, haven't really recovered enough to compete.
Oh, that's sad.
They seemed slow. They should have been better than they were. They got beat by the U.S. 5-0, hurt a lot of Freebird.
Oh, that's right.
And towards the end of the game, it seemed like the Finns were just worn out.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm glad they're able to play. I hope they'll continue to recover. I know it was a lot of players went down. So, and it was their first game, whereas the U.S. has already had a game. Mm-hmm. So that also, I think played into it. Like you were saying, the crowd was a little lulled. Mm-hmm. But it helps when it's Team USA and there's a ton of Team USA fans there. So they sort of did it for themselves.
Oh, okay.
As a USA crowd will. As did the Canadian fans in the Swiss-Canada match. Now, the Swiss-Canada match got very physical very quickly.
Whoa.
Unexpected to me because I don't know the Swiss team at all. I expected this from, say, a Canada-USA. Not Canada-Swiss, but the Swiss are better than I think they are. I think is what the real issue is. And better than the score shows. Canada beat them 4-0. And there was a lot of penalties. There was a lot of penalties in both games. Huh. Everybody was getting very short-tempered. So I don't know if there's actually just early on in a round robin tournament. It seems like everybody's a little shorter. I mean, it is the Olympics, but still, it just seemed more physical this early in the process for me.
Well, and it could be getting used to the rink too. I've seen some quotes going like, "Oh yeah, the rink's a little smaller than we're used to," so that could be as well. And people are getting in each other's way. I mean, I know people it's physical sport, but I think maybe when you don't expect to, or you're like, "Wait, I gotta figure this out again, and get used to something new." What is Canada's song?
I wrote it down. Hang on. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Wow. Okay.
Baby.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh boy.
Earworm. So Group A standings are USA is 2-0, the Swiss are 1-1, Canada's 1-0, Finland is 0-1, and Czechia is 0-2.
Alrighty. We have over in luge out to Cortina there. The men did their first 2 runs of the singles tournament. So the standings after 2 runs are Max Langenhahn from Germany is in first, Jonas Müller from Austria is in second, and Dominik Fischnaller is in third. He is from Italy.
None of these are a surprise.
No, not at all. In ski jumping, we had a medal today, and the women's normal hill individual medals were awarded. Gold went to Anna Odina Strom from Norway. Silver went to Nika Previc from Slovenia. And bronze went to Maruyama Nozomi from Japan. And we had the men's big air medals in snowboard were also awarded today. Gold went to Kimura Kira from Japan. Silver went to Kamada Ryoma from Japan. And bronze went to Su Yiming from China.
I did see some of this in between the 2 hockey games.
Okay.
And landings were getting very messy.
Really?
Yes, I was quite surprised at how messy this was as an event. So it was the people who won were just the cleanest, which always happens in snowboard. But this seemed like they were going for bigger and bigger and bigger. So higher risk, higher reward, bigger disasters when it doesn't hit.
Right. And then moving over to speed skating, which you were also at, conveniently located across the hallway from
Oh
hockey.
my goodness, speed skating. So let's start at the very beginning of when I got there.
Oh boy.
This will take, when you go, be prepared that the entrance is all the way at the end of the building, around the back, through the phalanx of trucks and police.
Is this everybody's entrance?
No,
Just the media?
just the media
good,
entrance.
good.
So this is an old school media entrance. It'll make you feel like you're back in Paris.
Oh my gosh.
No signs. Thankfully, lots of helpful volunteers who just kept telling me to keep walking. You do walk through a garbage bag. Again, it is also garbage bagged in, and it is small. I was shocked at how small this arena is. The ice is huge. I mean, I've never seen a long track before in person. Struck by how big it is, but struck at how small they made the seating. And it was a good 90% full.
Oh, good.
Probably 50% of that was Dutch.
Shocking.
So when I was walking from the train, I saw a whole bunch of people in orange, so I knew I was walking in the correct direction. Just follow the tall people dressed in orange, and you will get to speed skating, no problem.
Was the king there?
I did not see it. He was not put on the jumbotron. Talk about a small tron. It was like a TV screen. I couldn't even call it a bigotron. It was like a pocket-sized microtron. But I did have entertainment. They had a Dutch horn ensemble.
Okay.
Like an oompa band. Playing all the hits like Sweet Caroline.
Oh my God.
And Living on a Prayer. And going for audience participation, which was hard and slow in coming.
We've got to break them in, apparently.
Yeah, there were a good number of Italians at this race, which was a good thing because the Italians won.
Yay!
And it's one of my favorites from Beijing, Francesca Lollobrigida, whose great aunt, Gina Lollobrigida, was a screen siren of the 1950s. But more importantly, Francesca got an Olympic record. She was, I believe, in the 7th pair. So she just had to hang out for 2 more pairs. And she won the silver at Beijing in this race. So she's 35 years old. This is
Today. It was her birthday today.
Yes. Her son was there. He's about 1.5 years old. And I think this is Olympics 5. It's at least Olympics 4. So this has been a long time in coming for her. And so she is the first Italian medal of the games here in Italy.
This is games number 4.
Okay.
So she has got a silver and a bronze at 22.
Well, now she's got a full set in her possession. So this is gold for her. So gold went to Italy to Francesca Lollobrigida with an Olympic record. Silver went to Norway's Ragne Wiklund. And bronze is Valerie Malte from Canada, who kissed the podium as she sort of patted and blew a kiss to the podium as she climbed up.
Aww.
So she was really thrilled with being there.
So speaking of podium, you saw a medal ceremony.
Saw a medal ceremony.
Talk us through it. What's going on?
Okay. There is the dramatic music. Not as good as Paris. But on the other hand, I think here's the problem. We're going to see as many medal ceremonies probably as we saw in one session of swimming in Paris.
Okay.
There's just so many fewer medals and so many fewer medals that we're going to be able to see.
Okay.
So we're not going to get the same affinity to that music because we're just not going to have enough time.
Well, I think they also played a lot more music in Paris.
But I mean the music.
Yeah, I know the music, but they play it here and there.
That's true. But still, this is not that. But metal outfits, much better in person.
Okay, because I saw this on the screen and it didn't look good.
The biggest problem at speed skating is they're the same color as the carpeting of the infield. So it was hard to distinguish them on a screen, but in person I could really see them.
Okay.
And in person it looked much better. But it did look a little 1970s Italian drug movie. But a medal ceremony is a medal ceremony.
Yeah.
And to have all the Italians in the crowd singing their anthem and having her so emotional about finally being Olympic champion. And so I was sitting next to a whole bunch of medical personnel, the emergency med techs, who were waiting for her to win. So she takes the lead. And they're all waiting there with bated breath and each skater going by, oh, oh, oh. So I had a lot of Italians around me that were screaming and cheering their anthem, which got me a little emotional too.
Oh, that's exciting. I gotta say, on the speed skating coverage, they have a new camera angle.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this. It's a drone.
Is it a drone? Because it
There
goes
is-
around the curve.
There is a drone that flies behind them.
It's a great angle. They have, and we've had this on the Facebook group. People are loving the new Alpine angles and
Drones.
the sliding stuff also has drones going on.
Drones. And at first, I thought something really bad was happening
Oh, because you hear it.
because I heard it. And then I realized, oh my goodness, this is now to get the better angle on the curve. So you've got the long straightaway camera that shoots up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the one in the infield that hangs on the wire. They have one in the infield on the floor that moves around as a robot. And then you've got the little drone flying behind them.
It's fantastic. All right, and that's the end of competition for today. We've got some Shuklistanis competing tomorrow. Team Keep the Flame Alive getting started.
Yes, so Deidre Irwin will be competing in the biathlon mixed relay, and Gus Schumacher will be competing in the ski-athlon.
For cross country.
Yes.
And we have shout outs.
Yes, Eugene Kim from La Crescenta, California. Eugene says he's currently training as a visually impaired skier in Park City.
Which is exciting because we talked about that with Eugene after Paris 2024 when we had our
call-in show. He called us in.
So we're excited to hear that, Eugene. And surprisingly, there are no Eugenes.
Which
as
is shocking
Eugene.
because Eugene is such a popular name from the early days of the Olympics. You would have thought.
Exactly. But there is the famed Eugenio Monti, the Italian bobsledder who competed at 1956, 64, and 68. He is considered to be the best bobsled driver in history. We will be hearing more about him later this year on one of our Cortina 1956 history shows. So, Eugene, you are in good company.
And our second shout out is to Haley from Kansas City, Kansas, who tells us to stay warm, which I have to tell you, Haley, not a problem here in Milan. I am sweating all the time.
Well, I think I lost a glove, so I do have a backup pair. That's good.
No.
Somehow in the mix of last night getting home.
Yes, in the mayhem.
But you never know when something will show up because I can't find anything already. I was actually a little chilly today, but I only had one sweater on. So but then I wore my coat for figure skating and I was A-okay. For your Olympian, Haley, there is a same church, same pew Olympian Haley, American Haley Johnson, who competed in biathlon at Vancouver 2010.
Which is a surprise because there's so many spellings of Haley.
Yes.
That you found an actual Haley.
Yes. So that was very exciting. And we are excited for both of you. And we have some mascots.
Yes, we need to mention Jill's mascot, Abby, who apparently is very fond of producer Ben.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a sucker.
Shush. No, he loves the cat, and there's nothing wrong with that. Especially not a cat who's our mascot. So thank you, Abby. And thank you to Abby's mom, Charlotte.
All right, and that's going to do it for this episode. If you want even more of the most fun coverage of the games, we do have options.
You can join our Facebook group, Keep the Flame Alive Podcast. You can get our Substack newsletter for free at flamealivepod.substack.com. We are on Insta, Facebook, and YouTube at Flame Alive Pod. And we can use your help on Patreon, flamealivepod.com/support.
And we do love hearing from you. You can hit us up on our social channels. Email us at flamealivepod@gmail.com. Send us a voice memo or call our voicemail line at 208-FLAME-IT. That's 208-352-6348, country code 1. And we may read your note or play your voicemail on the show. And we'll be back tomorrow with day 2 action from Milano Cortina. And we're both here in Milano again tomorrow.
Yes.
So.
All Milan, all the time.
Oh, yeah, because you were supposed to go out to the mountains today, and that didn't happen.
I'm afraid to go out to the mountains, to be honest.
Thanks, Doug. I think it's Doug's report.
I'll just slide down and you'll never see me again.
Well, tune back in tomorrow to see if that happens. So, grazie mille for listening.
And until next time, ciao, and keep the flame alive.